Welcome to the cave house of Casalnuovo. The house is largely dug out of a type of rock that is mistakenly called tufa, which is a calcified sedimentary stone that is very crumbly and porous. The house is composed of 4 very large communicating rooms. The main room, in which you are standing, was used for daily activities. There is a kitchen, a stall, and a wine cellar. The cave house did not have running water or toilet facilities. Next to the wardrobe, there is a cistern or well for the collection of rainwater. These cisterns were present in several of the Sassi homes, and when it was not possible to have one within the home, people shared the use of a cistern present in what was called the vicinato, a communal courtyard. City water arrived in the 1920s, when fountains were put in place at various points throughout the old neighborhoods and hooked up to the Apulian aqueduct, after which the cisterns were used as living spaces or for other purposes, as you can observe in the space which divides the cave house from the workshop. Human waste materials were disposed of using a cantero, a chamber pot in terracotta that you can see next to the bed, which was emptied into drains located outside the home that flowed into the gravina, or canyon. The first room was where the family shared meals, gathering around the table, eating from a single plate. The bed was brought by the woman as part of her dowry for the new family. The bed was high off the floor in order to avoid humidity, and to use the space underneath for storing filled sacks or for hens and chicks. The mattress was filled with corn leaves. At night, makeshift mattresses were created by placing straw on wooden chests. Children slept in bed with their parents, and the youngest child usually slept in a crib or in an open dresser drawer. In front of the dresser, there is a loom, which was either bought or rented in order to prepare items for the daughter's dowry chest, and for weaving all other necessary clothing and household items made of fabric. For heat, the household used a brazier, over which a wooden structure was often placed for drying clothes or preventing children from burning themselves. Most of the tools present were utilized by workers for working the fields, among which you can see the plow, bamboo sticks which were used to protect fingers from the sickle during harvesting. Besides the farming tools, there are numerous utensils used by craftsmen, among which there is a drill, which was used to repair plates, vases, and dishware in terracotta. In the kitchen, we can observe the hearth, and all the kitchen utensils used for cooking and preserving food. The animal horn was used by peasants as a container for oil, and was brought into the fields to be put on bread which had been softened with water and salt. Work animals, mules, donkeys, or horses, were kept inside the home, as they were the family's most precious resource. The stall, where animals and their manure were kept, functioned additionally as a source of natural heating for the main room where the family lived and slept. Often there were other animals, such as a pig, a goat, used for milk, and a hen and her chicks. The last room was used for storing wine and other food goods. Due to the unsanitary living conditions, in part caused by cohabitation with animals and overcrowding, the Sassi were evacuated when Law 619 was passed in 1952. The inhabitants of the Sassi were assigned new houses, which were built in new neighborhoods located on the outskirts of the city. Then, with the passing of Law 771 in 1986, renovation of the Sassi began. This cave house was inhabited up until 1958. The area in which the cave house of Casalnuovo is situated has been assigned to the Demo Anthropological Museum. Thank you for visiting the cave house of Casalnuovo, and Matera bids you farewell.